desperate for you. My heart is longing for you. My soul is
The Rosh HaNikra cliff stands majestically on the most northern point of Israel's Mediterranean coast, just meters before the Israel-Lebanon border. The bright blue sea crashes against the white cliffs. Light reflects off the white cliffs onto the seawater, creating a beautiful turquoise color. And Rosh HaNikra cliffs are riddled with natural grottoes that are now accessible to the tourists. Rosh HaNikra caves were probably formed when an earthquake caused crevices in the limestone rock through which rain could slowly penetrate. Over hundreds of years, the rain trickled in through the cracks and waves bombarding the cliffs, eroding the chalk and the limestone. Today, there are 200 meters of cavities, tunnels and chambers that create a maze of caves in the cliffs of Rosh HaNikra. It is a rocky high point over the sea which has beautiful grottoes. The grottoes resulted from an ongoing geological process of thousands of years which created an opening in the rock. Rainwater penetrated open cracks and formed marine tunnel and caves that recently widened due to the intensity of the waves hitting the rock during storms. The caves are a natural wonder. They are mysterious and fascinating with their breathtaking beauties at all hours of the day and throughout the year. Among the ancient armies that would have taken the coastal road past Rosh HaNikra to facilitate the movement of troops and the connection to their French allies, the British then paved a road along the coastline through Rosh HaNikra. In doing so, any evidence of ancient routes is now destroyed. In World War II, the British planned a railway line between Istanbul and Cairo. South African troops were employed to blast 3 railway tunnels through the rock of the Rosh HaNikra cliffs. The train served the British for a while, including transporting Jewish concentration camp survivors to exchange for German descendants living in Palestine. The Rosh HaNikra railway bridge was bombed by Jewish resistance fighters in February 1948 to prevent Arab forces from using the route to the War of Independence.
And I think you can.
Visitors to the Rosh HaNikra descends about 70 meters to the caves in the shortest and steepest cable car in the world at an angle of about 60 degrees. From here, there are brilliant views all the way down the Israeli coastline. From there, visitors can walk through the marine grottoes. The site includes a cafe, restaurant, and also a souvenir shop. There is an introductory film about the making of the caves and their history. You've traversed all or most of Israel's lovely coastline, sunned yourself on the beaches and bathed in the Mediterranean, but the coast cannot go on forever. Luckily, it ends on a high note. Rosh HaNikra, Israel's northernmost edge of the coast, is dotted with a beautiful collection of grottoes, begging for each and every visitor coming to Israel to explore. A few months later, the State of Israel was established. The railway was too expensive to repair, and so the tunnels were soon sealed and have remained closed. Visitors to the Rosh HaNikra can still see the line of the historic train tracks and enter one end of the sealed tunnel. For many years, access to the caves were only from the sea, and so divers and swimmers were the only ones able to experience this incredible beauty of the grottoes. In 1970, the Rosh HaNikra cable car was installed so that everyone could have access to the grottoes. The limestone cliffs are a magical place to visit where you can discover the combination of water and land with the fantastic images that will remain in your memory. The place is north of Nahariya. However, Nahariya is where you will have to find some accommodation to stay, as there will be none in Rosh HaNikra, as this place is uninhabited at this stage. When you see a movie in Hebrew, English or French in a room situated in the cave in Rosh HaNikra, which tells you the story of this place and also the railway line that once upon a time went through the mountain. Inside the grottoes, visitors join the local residents, which is fruit bats and also little mammals, which is called dassies, that seems to have gotten used to the constant flow of visitors. Along the route, you will also find plaques and all that provide fascinating explanations and also interesting stories and history of this specific sites. Within the grottoes at Rosh HaNikra is somewhat of a love story, a story of love between the sea and the mountain. The sea makes unusual noises as the jagged rocks force it in different directions, slowing and speeding it up and then pushing it into different areas of the grottoes, whilst the carved formations create unusual and every shape, a light formation as you move about in the caves. Rosh HaNikra is itself a kibbutz, a communal agricultural settlement of which the operation of the tourist site is just one of their industries. The significance of this site dates to the ancient world, but it was during the British Mandate rule that a proper road was paved between Haifa and Tripoli, passing through the Rosh HaNikra. The British excavated a path through the cliffs, and the remains of this important railway line can still be seen today. But we're not here for old railways, since though they might be. The main attraction is the Grottoes, which is an astonishing ecological formations forged over years of tectonic shifts. The crashing waves continue this process to this day, slowly and surely carving away the rocks. The ride provides a stunning view of the area, particularly the bay in all its glory, including 3 small islands that are home to a variety of waterfowl. This is only the appetizer to the main course awaiting at the bottom, which is this amazing grottoes that you will experience.
Bats nest in the damp, dark grottoes. They are the only mammals that can fly. The armies of Alexander the Great, King of Macedonia, traveled along this route on his glorious conquest southward toward India. In the year 333 BCE, Alexander marched from Tyre towards Israel, seeking to wrest it from the Persians. Ladder Ridge was an obstacle to reaching Israel. Alexander's skilled builders chiseled and hewed stairs in the steep incline, paving the way. Rosh HaNikra got its name from the act of chiseling, meaning the top of the chiseled slope. Many armies have passed through over the years. At the end of 1941, the sudden explosions rang out. The British, who ruled Israel at the time, decided to build a railway connecting Egypt to Turkey and Europe through Israel. Over 10,000 workers from Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, alongside local workers, took part in this tremendous project. Within a single year, 15 bridges were installed, support walls built, and tunnels quarried into the stone. Two of the tunnels were quarried into the rock of Rosh HaNikra, including a bridge that spans the opening of the Great Grotto. Most of the trains that traveled this route were freight trains, bringing military equipment and supplies to British soldiers. In the middle of 1944, while all of Europe was aflame, a train passed through carrying 300 survivors from the concentration camps in Europe. Later on, illegal immigrants who had managed to sneak into Israel came through. On the eve of the Independence War, news came that the Lebanese army planned to use the railway to bring soldiers from Lebanon to the Galilee and to Haifa. A detachment of Haganah soldiers set out to cut off the passage. The place they chose to blow up was the bridge between the two train tunnels in Rosh HaNikra. The relationship between sea and stone continues here in Rosh HaNikra, between calm and storm, changing the landscape